Hello, welcome to another episode of the G.I. Joe New News Classified Review or G.I. Joe New News Review, whichever you. I've done so many episodes. This is our 2026 Toyfair review of all the G.I. Joe classified news. And I have a special guest for today's episode. Same Time Toys is joining me. Hello, Same Time Toys. Thank you for
What's
joining
good,
me.
everybody? Thanks for having me on, Dave.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I want to have more guests and talk with other fans of this stuff. It's I say it a lot in my regular videos that it's kind of boring to just hear me talking all day long. I kind of want to hear some bounce back and some other voices on here once in a while.
Well, it'll be a little bit faster now. I won't be in the chat.
Oh, wow. So this is going to be our 2026 Toyfair review. Did you get a chance to look at a lot of the coverage of Toyfair so far over the last 3 days?
I've seen so much. It's all a blur. It's like I was there.
It is really, they've done a really good job. Everybody has been covering it. AIC has been really doing a great job. Full Force has done a good job. I'm trying to think of who else was out there doing stuff. I think Toy Kind of Mood has been showing videos, video coverage and photos. Preterni has been showing videos and stuff like that. A lot of people have been getting photos from them.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for doing that for the world out here, because we all can't get the invites to these Hasbro events and stuff like that. So I really appreciate everybody and all the hard work that they're doing.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you wouldn't think, but like, I don't know how these guys got into Toyfair. I thought it was just for, big shots with toy companies, but here everybody is getting videos of everything, and I am grateful.
I'm very happy about it too. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat because I want to see what everybody thinks of some of these reveals that we got. Hey, yo, Joe, Lady Virgo, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Hello, Clement. Thanks for joining us. Wow, I don't even know what time it could be in South Africa at this point at night. It's got to be like 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning there. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Let's see. Who else do we have? Let's see. Sean Jones. Super Dave. Yep. Thank you. Shane. Yes. 610 Yo Joe Daddy. What's up, Super Dave? What's up, Shane?
Boy, he had the pictures out quick of the new Joes, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He got a lot of that from Preterni, I believe. 610, you come over from Full Force also. Oh, man. I was checking out Full Force before we went live because there was a little bit of news. We had to cover after we go over the Toyfair news, but there is a little bit of news that we're going to cover after that. So, yeah, it's a little bad news. I'm sorry about that. It's not going to be a blur at Showfest.
No, but it might be a little fuzzy.
Might be a little fuzzy, exactly. Super Dave, 66 Delta 17. Thanks for joining us. All right, so let's do this. We're going to switch screens, and we're going to do that. So hopefully this works the way that I want it to. Did you look at all the G.I. Joe Hasbro interviews? There was like 4 Hasbro G.I. Joe classified interviews. I tried to watch all of them just to see if there was anything that wasn't said on another one to cover all the bases, but there was a lot of interesting news. Shane.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't watched them all yet. I think I've seen 2 of them so far.
Okay. All right, so as I was saying, this is our Toyfair 2026 review show. I did forget to put one slide in my slideshow, but we will talk about it at the end of the slideshow, and that is the Vermint with Snake Eyes and the Stealth Viper with Trouble Bubble. We'll talk about that at the end, all right, everybody in the chat? So let's go with this. So here we go. Our first reveal is the Royal Guard, which we kind of got some leaks on this earlier in the week from the toy book, I believe. And there was an interview with Chris Cox on that. And they showed the packaging. Someone was selling this on eBay in Taiwan, I think it was Taiwan. And so there were several of these.
Yeah, this one's been in and out, and they've been showing it off quite a bit, but now we can really see it, especially the Midtown Comics with Larry Hama. There was some really good in-hand pictures of it there. It almost looks completely different in hand.
You're right. It does. You're right. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to everybody in the chat. File card and canceled Snake Eyes game that should have come out just after or before Classified release to help the brand sell to younger generations. Yes, Sean Jones, we're going to cover that in just a moment. We're going to go through all this slideshow first for the coverage of Toyfair, and then we'll get back to that. But yes, you're right. David Shane, chat. Evil Dookie. Hey, Evil Dookie. Thanks for joining us. How are you? Let's see. 8 out of 10 for me. 8 out of 10 for you for the Royal Guard, Sean Jones. Evil, how are you? Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Let's see what else. We got happy as hell, Sean. I just got the entire new wave of Walmart for 20 a piece. What?
Yeah, he caught a yellow tag clearance sale at Walmart, that lucky bastard.
Nice, Evil Dookie. Hello, Dude Stuff. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Hello, everyone. All right. So the Royal Guard, yeah, like you were saying, they showed a lot of photos of this. It looks totally epic. It looks way bigger than I expected this to look. And it is like huge. And I like the fact that it's like you can do a lot of different stuff, but it's a little frustrating with these troop builders, but you have to buy one at a time, and you have all this extra gear with it. What do you think about all that? Do you think they should stick two in these troop builders so we can mix and match these things?
The only problem with this one, it being a troop builder, is it's a deluxe, so it's $42.99.
Wow, $42.99. That's pricey.
Yeah, especially for a troop builder. I think I'll be good at 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be getting too as well. But I think it's one of those ones a lot more people would like to get more of these, but it is expensive. It is a bit pricey.
Yeah, it's even holding Woody back from getting a whole bunch. You know what I mean?
He's going to slow down. Woody's going to have to. Instead of getting 40 of these, you'll get 20. But I like how they talk about in the videos, the Toyfair videos with Lenny. He calls the bones, the chitin or the chitin or whatever, where it grows out of it. And there's a lot of stuff that like is on the helmets and are all the armaments where they pushed that chitin element to make it really look like better, I guess,
right.
And more vicious.
Well, the whole Cobra Law thing it's organic. That's why I'm shocked there's a pistol in there.
Yeah, I am too, but I think they had a pistol in the movie. I think there was a pistol. I don't know if it shot bullets. It might have shot like squids or something like that. I don't know.
Shot a bunch of maggots or something.
Something, I think. I can't read.
But I do love how it's got the original sword, or as close to it as you can get.
Yeah.
And it's got the original head. So, I mean, you can make the original character, or you can just go flat out crazy and make whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. But look, it's got 4 different. I'm like, so I can only use one head at a time. Like,
right. Lots of parts for the parts bin.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that we got all those weapons crates years ago because I'm filling those things up crazy.
I'm using the old Joe Footlockers.
Oh, wow. 60 plus here in Canada. Wow, oof. Sean Jones. I'm sorry about that.
Snape, bumbling through the galaxy, showed up.
Fumbling through the galaxy. Hello, I think you're the first time in the chat. Thank you very much. Make sure you like, share, hit the subscribe and notifications so we can get you back in the future chats. G.I. Joe, clear winner of Toyfair. Yeah, they were, in my opinion. I agree with you, but I'm a little biased. I think
we're not biased at all. Not at all.
All right, so this is a winner. We both love this one. We're going to move on then to the next one. And I believe this is 41 in the number. Oh, no, 191 in the numbering, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't believe we're almost at 200.
It's wild. It's wild. All right, next is going to be a 90s character, and that is Ninja Force Zartan, Target exclusive. Lenny did say in those 2 interviews that I saw that they dumbed down the brightness of the pants and the purple and the green and stuff, which I was like, great, thank you. One time, the subduing of the colors, I'm happy about.
Well, they did the same thing with sci-fi. I mean, they just, it's not the 90s anymore. I mean, bright neon isn't what it used to be.
Right, exactly. Well, we're going to get into one of those later on in this video, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this. Were you? What was your time frame for G.I. Joe that you joined?
No, I was 7 in 83 when I got Flash, or in 82.
Okay, so then you're one of the OG.
But I didn't get out of Joe, God, till I was 20. Like, I was all in, like 92, junior in high school. I was buying G.I. Joe guys on my lunch break at the grocery store instead of buying food.
Wow, you're rare. You're one of the rare ones that kept in there still.
Yeah, and when this guy came out, I love this figure, except for the same problem I had with all the Ninja Force was the battle action. You couldn't pose them right. It killed me.
Gotcha.
But I loved this figure when he came out. I thought it was great.
Hey, Wolverine, thanks for joining us. Will, he lives very close. I'm very, very good friends with Will and his wife, Tiffany. Tiffany, his wife, and I were in a play together.
Wow.
Yeah, we both do theater, and I got to dance with her in a play. And so we're very good friends. Our families are very good friends and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yep. Sean Jones, 6.5 for me. Oh, wow. Okay.
No, this guy's a 9. I mean, even if it comes right down to it, you can pull this guy apart and use his pieces and parts for a million other things. Like, he's just set up to be fodder.
Tiffany says hi to me and Todd. That's Will's wife. She's a wonderful teacher and a wonderful person. So awesome. Thank you very much, Wolverine.
I do like how the bow has the 2 different strings on it.
Yeah, good point. Good call out there, because I was going to bring that up. They showed that. I think they showed it at Toyfair. Lenny pointed that out, that they gave it finally a cloth rope so you can pull it back and you can have that effect, or you can have the regular effect where it's just standing, because we've gotten like 15 of these bows over the years. Man.
Yeah, they're all
Ninja.
They're all worse than the last one too.
Yeah, because of the gumminess and the plastic consistency are very different in each one. You're right about that.
I do like how they gave the swords so you can put them on his back now instead of just going through the thigh holster.
Yeah.
That was a big thing back in the day. Like, you couldn't move a leg because there was knives in the way.
and there was a thing on his leg there. You can see it on his left leg where it was there was a knife thing there where they turned it, they said, because they felt when he's doing his action or running or whatever, they thought it would stab him or whatever. So they changed the mechanics of that, and now the knives are going to be sidewards on that leg holster.
That's absolutely perfect. Did you notice that the shorter of the 2 swords is the same exact sword that Spearhead came with?
Yeah, that was something that Chris McLeod from the Full Force mentioned, and he asked them, and they had no clue. They didn't even know they were doing that, or were they playing dumb?
Somebody did.
Wolverine. I definitely want that Zartan. Looks cool, and his daughter with the vehicle. Yeah, both of those. We're going to get to Zanya in just a little while. So I think this is a really good update. And I think it really works with the previous Zorana and Xandar that they did. It kind of fits in with those three in that punk aesthetic and
Right.
not necessarily the regular Zartan, but it fits in with the punk aesthetic that the other two figures. So it kind of is almost not Ninja Force. It's just kind of more punkish, and I think it's worth it getting just for that reason.
Oh yeah, you almost have a whole new band with the three of them now.
Yep, definitely. And I love the elements and the way that they're building this line up.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I mean, I absolutely love where Ninja Force is headed.
And I believe Zartan is 192 in the numbering. So there you go. Let's see. And now we're going to go to our next reveal. And that is, all right. Now this one's got a lot of explaining to do. So Sean Jones, roadies. Yep, there you go. Roadies. All right. So this is an interesting one. This is one that it was, unless you're under a rock or you lived under a rock for a long, long time, G.I. Joe has had this character in the IDW comics and now in the Skybound Larry Hama expanded universe of G.I. Joe for about 13 years. And there's never been a figure of this. There's been a statue, but there's never been an action figure. In all that time, they never did it in Resolute. They never did it during the 50th. They never did it in Classified. This is the very
even
first.
The Collectors Club didn't do it.
Nope, and the Collectors Club never did. You're right about that. And so this is the very first Dawn Moreno. She was I guess a lacrosse player in Springfield, and she ended up getting the memory engrams of Snake Eyes imprinted onto her, and she became a new version of Snake Eyes. And she's Latino, Dawn Moreno, and this has been a long time coming. Fans have wanted this for many, many, many years. And so when it was announced that Larry was going to be doing a signing at Midtown Comics in New York City, in Times Square, and they said there was going to be a classified reveal, a render that was going to be the next figure in the mainline 5-figure wave, which was Enforcer in the code words from Chris McLeod and the Full Force. It was so obvious, it clicked in my head immediately that it was going to be Dawn Moreno. And a lot of people were like, no, it's Larry Hama. No, it's this guy. No, it's that guy. I'm like, come on, it's a comic book signing with Larry Hama. It's got to be Dawn Moreno. And we did a leak episode a while ago in January, and she was one of the leaked names on that video. So I knew she was coming at some point. I just didn't know when. And so when all that came out, I was like, it's Dawn Moreno. And lo and behold, it was Dawn Moreno.
Yeah, it didn't take much to put this one together. I mean, anybody that's read a comic was like, that's it. And Clint, yeah, she didn't win a Super Bowl either.
Let's see. I'm digging that Ninja Force Zartan. Yep.
Bobby's World.
Bobby World. Hey, thanks for joining us. Sean Jones looks cool. 8 out of 10. Clint Jurgensen. Same time, Shane has all the answers. He's a very smart guy. I listened to him. Clint Jurgensen, thanks for joining us again. Woody, hey, yo, fellas, sup, Shane and Dave. Thanks for joining us. How are you? Oops, I keep skipping.
I know Woody, he's doing pretty good. He's probably at about 32,000 feet right now.
Oh my God.
And climbing.
Wow. Dawn Moreno or Dawn Marino.
Dan
Dan
Marino.
Marino. Don't even say Dan Marino. I'm in Florida and I don't even use that name. Thought
I
it was
watched Dan Marino just with shoulder pads on, no helmet, throw a football behind his back, about 30 yards, spiral, and it right in the guy's chest. Fucking just threw it behind his back, and that went like a bullet. Me and my buddy were on the sidelines, like, we're not worthy.
Oh boy.
34 and some change, huh, brother?
Yeah, he's one of my adversaries, Dan Marino.
Oh yeah. No, I hate the Dolphins.
Yeah, I do too. My team's obviously from New England, being a Boston, New Englander, Massachusetts. The Patriots, and when I lived in Tampa, I was a big Buccaneers fan, and then I like the Broncos. And because I played on the Jacksonville Jaguars, I have to say the Jacksonville Jaguars as well.
Right on.
And that's a mystery for people. Can you figure that mystery out? Let me know in the chat if you can figure out how I played on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see. It says Dan Marino had the best load up and release of all time. Oh boy, I don't know about that. Smoking Joes are where's tonight? Okay.
Hey, we do what we got to do around here.
Finkel is Einhorn, cheerleader. You guys are funny. I love the chat. We always have a fun time in this chat, which I really like. I like the enjoyable atmosphere and the low key tone of everything. So, what do you think about Don Marino?
I'm all about it. I can't wait. I don't pre-order anything. I pre-ordered this one just in case.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it too. I got two. It was still up for pre-order yesterday, which I was a little bit shocked.
Yeah, rough shot. What up? But yeah, I missed out on the Daredevil because I waited 3 days to make a pre-order.
Sorry.
Well, it's like everything else. It'll be there. It's just not going to be one of the first to get one. That's all.
This chat is so real. Thank you very much, Woody. Shane pre-ordered it, so you know it's good. Yep, that's right. Ultra Mensch, hey, good morning or good evening. Thanks for joining. I'm so used to doing these in the morning that sometimes I forget. Yeah.
I would have loved to have been on the morning show, but literally about 15, 20 minutes into your morning show, I'm just staggering around the house trying to get my head straight, holding the phone going, yeah, that's what's going on.
All right, let's get to our next reveal. So we got all the low-hanging fruit out of the way. Now we're going to get into some really cool stuff. And it is airtight with his helmet removable and the Widow's Peak from the Sunbow cartoon. What do you think about this?
610 said his helmet was removable, and I was like, yeah, right. And here it is. And how do you go from the perfect figure, take his helmet off, and make it even better? This is how you do it.
Yep. This is a character that completes the 85 lineup of regulars, not vehicle drivers and not, but we now have all the mainline 85 releases, and he was the last one. And this is a precursor to some, because we just got another mole rat and now we're getting him. So you guys should be on the lookout for Toxo Viper. It's coming next. And that whole theme. Huh?
Toxo Zombies.
Toxo Zombies. I want tons of Toxo Zombies. That's when I will troop build, is if we get some real cool zombies.
That was the only figure I truly troop built when they first came out. Me and a buddy of mine, we must have had 20 or 30 of those Toxo Zombies.
I love them. I got I think 6, and I'm not a troop builder, but I want a lot of those because I got different sets for them. What's up? Making
Makita. We call him Makita when we're live.
Oh, okay. Cool. You're a new person in the chat. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't, like, share, subscribe, do all those good things. Thank you very much. Roughshod, COVID Joe is awesome. COVID Joe. That's hilarious. Night Court Joe. 610 Yojo Daddy. Dave, just confirmed Toxel Viper is coming. Yeah, he's coming. Makita Sup, homie. There you go. All right. Yeah, this is like perfect. It's like a 10 out of 10 for me. It couldn't be any more perfect. The only thing that bothers me is that this is so close to the vintage figure. I'm like, well, I guess we're not going to get a retro carded version.
This should have been straight retro card. This is what retro carded figures need to be.
Yeah.
It's everything that made him an action figure in the 80s. It's absolutely perfect. And could they have classified this guy up? Absolutely. But I'm just stoked. Like with the helmet removed and him looking like he did in the Sunbow cartoon. It's what I wanted out of Wetsuit, but we didn't get. You know what I mean?
Roughshod stocks. Watch out, Toxo Avenger, G.I. Joe. Is that Zover on the way?
Crossover on the way.
Oh, crossover. You never know. There's some crossovers coming. I've said it in the chat before, and I've been confirmed that it is real, this particular crossover. I'm not going to talk about it today because it wasn't revealed during Toyfair, but maybe down the road we can talk about some of that stuff.
The Toxic Avenger crossover is going to happen at this house. I got the figures waiting on
it. The new Ultimate ones, you're going to cross them over? They need to draw a line of what's retro and what's. Unfortunately, I thought there was, but now it's just they threw that entire retro line out the door as far as being retro. It's whatever they feel like putting in there. Wolverine, speaking of retro carded, have they said if we are getting a retro carded Wild Bill? That's what I really want in the orange and blue uniform.
They haven't confirmed if it's orange or blue yet.
No, they haven't confirmed that. We know there is a retro card Wild Bill coming, and the next wave, we thought we were going to get it at Toyfair, but we did not. But he is in the next wave, and there is also a OG-13 redeco of a character that's in there, I believe, and there's another mystery character, and there's a lot of speculation as to who that mystery character could be. But
a long time ago, they said Major Blood was going to be a retro character too.
But that you see how that worked out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I still want the retro Major Blood, and I love the classified one. He's absolutely perfect.
Both of them. I think both of the Major Bloods they did are great figures, but I still want a retro one too. I agree with you. Just like I want a retro Baroness as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Or Sunbow, I guess it's called Sunbow Deco Baroness, because they technically did her first figure version already. 2 versions of it, in fact.
Right.
So there is going to be a Wild Bill Wolverine, and we are getting another retro wave soon, I guess. I don't know when. So you're just going to have to be patient on that one. And I don't know what the deco is going to be. From what we've seen of the leaked molds of it, it's a little shade different than the HasLab one. A little bit shade different. So not Sunbow from what I can tell. Let's see. Where am I? Let's see. These guys are going faster than I can keep up. They should have made him Night Force airtight. I'm sure we're going to get another one. Trust me. There will be a Eco Warriors or something like that. Love Major Blood to only have the second one. Okay.
I was always shocked Airtight wasn't an Eco Warrior. He was good to go.
I got a story on that. Just give me a minute. Let me get caught up on this, and I'll tell you this story. Just put me on a retro card when I pass. Roughshod, that's funny. And let's see. Dave, Shane, Frank Dumoyo, thanks for joining us. You're another new person in the chat. Dumoyo. And Sean Jones says 7 out of 10. Okay, so here's a little bit of a story. periodically I get people that have worked on the GI Joe brand in different capacities. Sometimes comic book people, sometimes toy designers, sometimes brand managers, and so on and so forth. So if anybody wants to see the story about this, it's in my library with Vinny D'Aleva, who is one of the brand managers for G.I. Joe in the vintage era in the 90s. And he told me, I asked the specific question that Shane, you just asked about him being in the Eco Wars, and they just totally forgot that he was an environmental specialist. And when they came up with that entire line, it just blanked in their heads that they already had a guy that should have been the leader of that team and not Flint.
And they gave it to Flint instead.
Yep. And so they just had a brain fart and totally forgot. And so that is the story of why Airtight was not in the Eco Warriors when he should have been the leader of the Eco Warriors.
That's great. Just forgot.
But I love this figure. There are a lot of people saying it's too skimpy for classified, that they're going to wait till it goes on sale or whatever. And I think, don't do that. Buy the stuff when it comes out, because we've got to support this line, and we don't need that stuff. Look at everybody buying stuff at Walmart. I don't have a problem with buying stuff on clearance at Walmart and Rosscon and whatever, but we've got to support this line or we're not going to have it very much longer.
Woody can't do it all by himself, guys.
Exactly. Exactly right. You said it. Well, all my faves in one place. Thank you very much, Lady Virgo. Cool. Appreciate it. How come so many Joes? How come so many Joes? This is a G.I. Joe podcast, Clint Jorgensen. That's why. Clement,
I think he means in the wave, because they're mostly good guys in this wave. But you got to figure there's like 500 figures to get through, and most of them are Joes. So that's what happens.
Yep. And I'll go into that in a little bit. Airtight opted for early retirement and became a crossing guard for the benefits. Oh, no, that's terrible. All right. So we're going to move on, because this is going to take us forever if we don't keep going.
Yep. Just keep going, brother.
So our next one is the Hydra Viper. Now, Hydra Viper is totally awesome. I think it looks phenomenal. This is where in the line, like 88, is where I started to take my dive a little bit and get out a little bit. I was still collecting till the 90s, but I was just not getting as much stuff as from 88 on. And I would dip a little bit here, dip a little bit there, get a couple characters, get a couple vehicles. I was slowly getting out until Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat came, and I got all those. But this figure is phenomenal. And Lenny said in one of the interviews that they made the helmet a separate head because it looked ridiculous in the vintage one, because it was so big when they put it over the figure's head, and they did not want that. They wanted to keep that realism and that suspend that disbelief, or whatever you want to call it. And so I'm very happy they did that with this. And they said in one of the interviews that the manta ray was not movable. There's no movable parts on it. But I do want to point out that these eyes and this face underneath on this helmet is sick. They are so awesome looking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there are paint apps on the manta ray on the other side. They have a reverse picture of this. It shows the back, and it looks really good. The only thing this is missing is it needs more hands.
Yes. So they
got that. I'm positive it would have turned into a deluxe figure if you put more hands in it, though.
Yeah. So they gave him one gripping hand for the gun and whatever his equipment is, and then they gave him this hand to make him look like Creature from the Black Lagoon, and he's like clawing somewhere, grabbing somebody or whatever. And it's fine. It's weird.
It's just like the original. That's all.
It's just weird, and some of the decisions are just odd, but it is what it is. So let's see. By 88, the cartoon was off the air here, and I thought they stopped making new characters. Yeah, they did take a break. There was going to be a third season of Sunbow, but because they wanted too much money.
The most dangerous man in the world. It would have been so glorious.
Oh, yeah, it would have been awesome. It would have been awesome. And my Crimson Twins would have been the leader of the Coil. And they would have had a lot of the characters that we never got a chance to see, like Crystal Ball, Big Boa, Crocmaster, Raptor.
All the characters that went into Deke would have been in Sunbow, and it would have been perfect. But who am I to argue with people that make that's above my pay grade? What can I say?
It's history now. There's nothing you can do about it. Should made Manta Ray like an underwater propulsion thingy. Still could have kept Manta Ray style. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Roughshod toys stocks. Do want to point out that the fins are bigger than the wetsuit fins. From what I understand, I have not reviewed wetsuit. They're bigger than the wetsuit ones.
Everybody got that one wrong.
Yep. Yep, that's true. Bobby World, I know there are matching how the original figure was, but this figure would be so much more better with hand options. Yeah. That's the one miss out of this. And maybe the wings, at least the Manta wings should be have little joint things there, and the tail should be flexible. I think they could have did that if they did it with several of the other birds. So I don't get why they didn't do it with this, because it's bigger than the birds. I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, if it had a handle on it or a way to pin it on the back, like under the tanks or whatever. I mean, just or have the tanks pin onto it, something that would have been great.
That one looks.
But I'm still happy.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's just one of those things. Mr. World, how are you? Oh, everybody's saying hello. Helmet is sick. Yeah, the helmet is sick. It is awesome. And there's a lot more paint deco on that helmet. You can't really see it on this video probably clearly enough, but there's some really good deco. They showed it in several of the interviews that Chris McLeod and AIC did when they toured. They pulled that character's helmet and showed it, and there's some paint apps and creepiness in there that really gives it another level for this character. But
amazing.
So we're going to move on to our next one, and that is Overkill. All right, so this render does not show it, but Overkill was another 90s character that he had a gun that came out. You can tell like by the center of it, and there's a little hinges there. And there's a gun that comes out, and they showed the gun. It was a kind of a small little gun, but it was similar to the vintage one. And I love the fact that they made the mask removable. So again, you get to see those eyes and that face and that gnarly like element to the character, that he's like half cyborg and he's not very happy about being cyborg.
One lonely saw viper.
Oh yes, one lonely saw viper. There's no doubt about it. They did mention though, Lenny said that the claw is a movable claw. It can go up and down, and that they showed this laser sword, and there's some deco on it to make it look like a lightsaber, kind of a laser sword. So you can't tell with this deco, this render here, but it has like that lenticular looking feel to it. That's like 3D-ish. I don't know what the right terminology is, but I think that's some really cool stuff. They added a lot more to this character. This was one of these sleeper ones I saw in a lot of the reactions when this was revealed last week, that people are like, oh, nope, that's passed. But now that they're learning that it has the mask removable, has the movable claw, the gun, and all this other stuff, now they're like, no, I want that.
Yeah, I got to get two of them because I want one just so I can paint it. I can't get past the little biker shorts on them. I can't unsee it. So I got to do something with that.
Well, he's a bat, and we need someone to be in charge of the bats and stuff like that. So we needed more bats. I don't know how many bats there are now, like 10 or 12 bats. I don't know.
With 5 more on the way.
Yeah, exactly. There are some really cool versions of bats that we have not got. Like, I really love the Sigma 6 Overkill bat leader, where he has the propellers and he has the thing on the back and he flies. Man, that would be a sick bat if they ever did that version of Overkill. But yeah.
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
know how long we got to wait before we get Resolute and Sigma 6 and all the other different versions of everything to get all the figures we want.
Well, this wave, this figure, what we're going through right now, this main line 5-figure wave is a good example of the fact that they are going through the entire line, because there's with Airtight, that's an 85 character, with Hydra Viper, that's an 88 character, with
Yep.
Zartan, that's a 93 character. This is a 91
Yeah.
or 92, I think, character. The next character is a brand new character. Don Moreno is a 2000s character. So they're
Yep.
mixing and matching things.
No, and the line's doing well when they move it from 4 figures to 5.
Yeah.
They have enough faith that they're upping the ante. And Frank, I would love an adventure team figure. Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm hoping in Legacy we get some of that type of stuff.
Well, I thought that's what we were going to get, but hey, I'm happy with what we got for Legacy. I mean, these police officers and these firefighters are amazing.
They are. I just wish they had kept following through with the paramedic. That would have been the perfect trifecta. We knew the infantry was coming, and we know that there's also an Arctic rescue. There was a rumor of a paramedic, but who knows what happens there.
Lenny Hondo, what's up, brother?
Hey, Lenny Hondo. Yo, Joe. All right, so we're going to move on. Next one. And this is the big one for the 5-figure mainline wave, and it is Sundown. Finally, the mystery figure has been revealed, and there was a lot of weird people giving names to this, like Mountain Hard and Country Hard and Wild Bill, and you name it. Some of the memes for this were hilarious.
I sent you that picture before the show of the Cops and Crooks guy. I mean,
I think it was a licensing thing. I think that's why they're using this name. They did not want to lose that name. And somewhere along the lines, they were like, no, grab that name and do something with that, because we don't want to lose that trademark or whatever. I think that's what happened.
But you know what? I don't like the poncho. As much as I like it, I mean, when they show the actual poncho at shelf, there's an awesome artwork on it, but it not being soft goods.
Yeah.
I'm kind of at an impasse with it, but when you take that poncho off, the armored plate looks good, man. He's going to be a great figure.
Oh, it's going to be a phenomenal figure. And they, at the several of those interviews, again, the Full Force, the AIC, and other interviews, they specifically talked about the Aztec influences to this figure, and with the details, things like that. And the poncho has like somebody fighting somebody. I can't remember what Lenny said, but I'm buying it. I'm all in on it, because he's a Mexican guy, for one thing. And they said that the hair is removable, and you can put the hat on there and it snaps in there.
Okay.
So those two are interchangeable there. And I think it's great. I love it when they bring new stuff to G.I. Joe that we have never seen, because it keeps the freshness of the brand. If we just kept getting Snake Eyes and Duke and Scarlet and, everybody constantly.
Well, that's just it. They're scared to make new figures. That's why Airtight looks like Airtight. They're afraid of their own success. Like Classified was a completely different thing. And, we bitched and cried, and they listened to us, but I think they listened too much. I wish they kept with Classified, being Classified, and giving us retro carded figures.
I'm 100% on that, Shane, because when this line started in 2020, I guess it was 2019, I don't know, they went way too far into the futuristic. So they pulled back, they turned back the clock a little bit, and they gave us a little bit more upgraded but not that far, right? And that, I thought they hit the perfect sweet spot. And now
Right.
it looks like it's kind of going back the other direction, going more towards retro. And it's been spotty over the years. Now we're on the 6th year of this, and it's spotty. Like this Airtight, like you said, is too retro. And I think it would have been cool to get him. He's a character that could use a nice upgrade to some
Oh yeah,
really cool
they could have went
tanks,
crazy with them.
Peter.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
Geiger counters, all kinds of.
oh yeah, they could have They could have gave him a mole rat head, and we would have been good with it.
Yeah, exactly. Some Energon or something.
Right, but you know, them making all new figures now, I'm in.
Yeah, I like it when they do stuff. And Parth Varma, a lot of people had problems with, I guess, because they felt it wasn't new enough, right? So, and this is an interesting thing. This community, you can never win with this community because they're like, that's not new enough. And this guy, they're
just
saying,
a step below Star Wars fans. We're pretty vocal in a bad way sometimes.
We are. And that's why I'm hearing a lot of people saying this is too new. I have no idea what is the reference. Where does this guy come from? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, we can't win to save our lives with this line. It doesn't matter, you know? But the interesting thing is that Lenny did say in several of those interviews that Sundown is the brother of another character who is a lawyer. They're both trying to fight for justice in different ways, but his brother gets kidnapped by Headman, which I don't relish the fact that we may be getting a Headman in one of those interviews.
Say Headman in an interview?
Yes. Twice,
oh
4 times.
God.
4 interviews.
Made my entire year.
Oh God.
Sorry,
if
they ever made an action figure of me, it would be the Headman. So I am stoked.
Oh, I don't mind the figure, and I don't mind that idea, you know, but I don't like that name. I just think it's a terrible name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a terrible all the way around. I mean, he's a drug dealer, for God's sakes.
Yes, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to change. They're going to have to change the entire thing with that. But the fact that they mentioned him in multiple interviews, that they said he was on the way, I was like, oh, great.
Well, as long as they keep the Headhunters straight and the way they looked before, I'm all in.
Yeah, the Headhunters, I don't mind. It's Headman.
They were some of the coolest figures that came out of the 90s.
You're right. They look really cool. You're right about that. But yeah, so let's see. Don't think it's time for random figures when it's so many OG or more known figures they haven't done. Yeah. Roland Mack. Are you a new person in the chat, Roland Mack? I don't think I recall seeing you before. I agree with you. There are still a lot of figures. I believe we're going to get the rest of the OG 13 this year. It's been heavily rumored. We're going to complete the OG 13.
We'll get flashed right away, and they might wait another year because Grand Slam is so close to being Flash.
Exactly. Or they'll do it in a 2-pack and maybe do one with the silver deco and one with the red deco to give a variation of the two.
That would be cool. I'd be down for a 2-pack of Grand Slam.
Oh, Roland Mack, you're a new bird. Well, thank you very much, Roland, for joining us tonight.
Stopping by, brother.
Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification, do all the things that we need to help that algorithm grow. I appreciate it very much. So I like this character, and I'm guessing you like this character, and I think it's a positive for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe he was the last of the 5-figure main line for the next batch of figures. So we've got Airtight, we've got Don Marino, we've got Hydra Viper, we've got Overkill, and we have Sundown. So there's 3 Joes and 2 Cobras in this wave. But if you looked at the previous wave, it was, I think, it was Mole Rats, it was Night Viper, it was Big Lob, Main Lifeline, and Hit and Run. So that was 3 Joes and 2 Cobras as well. So I was going to make a point, but
yeah, what they're going to have to do is make 2 Joes, 2 Cobras, and a figure from like the Iron Grenaders or the Headhunters or the
So
Dreadnoughts.
yeah, a redeco, or
Right. Redeco, perfect.
well, that's it. That's exactly it, to make the line cheaper, to balance it all out. And I believe really, well, I can't even say that with Overkill, because I guess his arms and his legs are all redecos, right? But the chest is totally new.
Oh yeah.
Torso and head are new, and a lot of the accessories are new. So he's got a lot of reuse, and I guess Sundown's got a lot of reuse. Um, so I don't know.
Reuse doesn't bother me. Even when I was a kid, I could tell that these parts were from this figure or that figure, but it never bothered me as long as it was a new figure. They fleshed it out with the file cards, and we were good to go.
Yeah.
I was never a stickler for like Starduster. Like, no, that's Duke. What are you doing? No, it never bothered me at all.
And I think that's the case with this character here, Sundown. But we're both good with it, so I guess we'll move on to the next one.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And that's gonna be
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop.
Zanya. And this kind of illustrates what I was saying earlier. There's a lot of mix with her. So this is a Devil's Due character. She was in issue 1 of the Devil's Due G.I. Joe. Josh Blaylock created her. So she's a early 2000 character. And Lenny said in his interview that the reason why they gave her the swamp skier is because she's the daughter of Zartan, and she gets to use his equipment, and he lent it to her, kind of like you're as a father, you would lend your daughter your car or something like that. And I was like, oh, all right, I guess I can see that story playing out.
It's a hostage pack. She was the weakest character of the wave, so they gave her the swamp skier, so we're all gonna buy 5.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not.
I like her.
Yeah, no, she's a great character. She's gonna fit in great with her Dreadnoughts. She comes with a bunch of cool gear. The swamp skier, if they hadn't have gone for like the motorcycle engine in it, I think it could have been better, but who cares? I mean, it would have been nicer if it was a brighter green.
And Lenny did touch on that as well. He said the reason why he did not want to go with the brighter colors is because this is classified and they do subdued coloring for the real world aesthetic of it. And I'm like, so then he goes and he shows off Overkill and he says, but that was a character that I thought was so ridiculous that I couldn't touch the color deco. I had to leave it the same. So he kind of catches himself and goes back and forth. So I thought that was interesting that he had two sides of that there with both of those. But
I really didn't think they were going to be able to fit the wolf in with a carded figure, but hey, they did it.
Yeah, you're right. I like the. Lenny did say that both the front and the back have compartments to open up to store the weapons.
I saw that. It's under the seat.
Yeah,
that opens up, and it looks like it goes all the way back, and the very front where the handlebars are, that opens up. I saw some pictures today. Yeah, so it looks like all of her gear is going to be able to be stowed, which is amazing.
Yep, and we got that clue finally that revealed there with the little tread or whatever you want to call it, and that was one of the ski whatever. I still want a Arctic polar bear regardless, but whatever.
Everybody wanted the wolf. Everybody wanted the wolf. But no, I think it's like everything else. Could it have been different? Could it have been better? Sure, but it's what we got, and I like it.
Yeah, she's exactly like her comic.
I was talking about the chameleon, but she looks just like she does in the comics. So
and they added a lot of cool stuff. I love this like Metal Gear Solid type helmet and this Tank Girl helmet hat and a lot of the stuff.
That Lord Humongous head with the giant pistol, it's perfect.
Yeah, there's some really good playing value with this where you can do a bunch of different stuff. So it's fine for me as well. I want her. I'm getting her too, as I always get everything, but it's just the way it goes. So let's see what else. The thing I like about her and this swamp skier is it feels like it's the next generation. I'm hoping they still do retro swamp skiers. Maybe, you know, they did hear about it. Lenny did mention they've heard and they're
Oh,
listening. He said they heard and they're listening. I can see Hasbro using this vehicle for an exclusive Zartan with toy colors set. Yeah, Bro Pig. That's exactly what I was getting at. Lenny did say he hears people and he understands and stuff like that. So I hope maybe we'll get a kind of like the snake armor didn't come with a figure. Maybe we'll do a 3-pack of these with a different color deco with it, and then we can have everybody shut up about it.
I could see them making one with the sled and just re-releasing Zartan all over again. I mean, it's win-win. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all this whole line's about nostalgia, so we would go crazy for something like that.
Oh yeah, and there's plenty of other Zartans out there that we haven't even gotten into yet. So we got plenty of opportunities for them. And look at we're going to talk about it in a little while, but it's the third release of the Ferret and the Trouble Bubble for each of those. So if they're doing 3 releases of like the Ram motorcycle, 3 releases of the Ferret, 3 releases of the Trouble Bubble, this thing's going to be re-released at least a bunch more. There's no doubt in my mind. So, all right. So this is a good win for both of us on this one. So our next one is going to be, I believe, a 2-pack, and it is Red Dog and Taurus.
So good.
It completes the Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, unless you
Renegades.
consider Falcon, the deco of the Falcon. They need to make another Falcon deco. So it depends on whether you feel this is complete or not. But they did answer the question about the height discrepancy between the two of them. Lenny did in the interview that he said that he's an acrobat and that he's a lot more maneuverable than a Taurus, who's a football player. And so they did do a little bit of a shorter height with him and gave him a slimmer build. So that was an intentional thing in the render. He does look smaller because he is slightly smaller.
Right. Well, I think they let off in the movie with him being a acrobat and a strong man. But either way, the figure looks great.
Oh yeah.
Red Dog looks amazing. I can't wait to get the Renegades together and have them done.
Yeah.
It just, at least we didn't have to get like a 4-pack. You know, like they split up into 2-packs. You know, I'm good with that. So,
and I know the last 2-pack with Slaughter and Mercer. There was a lot of contention over that 2-pack with people because Mercer is so short in it, and so it'll be interesting to see how all of these guys look together when we get them all 4 together. It'll be interesting to see that. And I love the fact that they gave him the football with the stand and the Samoan bats and all these like Turkish weapons. He said in the interviews,
gave the scimitar that he cut his thumb on in the movie. Exactly. You know, I can't wait for this. I kind of wish he'd come with that crazy silver gun that he had in the toy line, but
yeah, I think they cut the gun out, but they gave him a lot of other different things.
Oh yeah, they
just finished the group. Yeah,
yeah, it's just so good.
Yeah,
Taurus, I like how they had the football tee with Taurus and not Red Dog.
Yeah. Lego Star Wars Kid said, yeah, Taurus looks fine in that box, a bit smaller, but no mainframe situation. Yeah. Then everybody's saying hello to everybody in the chat again. So this is a good for both of us. We're excited about it. We want it. So we're going to move on to the next one. And I believe that is a completely new item that we've never seen before. Well, no, this is a redeco. All right, so we got the Target exclusive is the Ninja Force theme this year. That was the Zartan, Ninja Force Zartan, technically. But this is still part of the Gyre technology subgroup with Crystal Ball and the Ghost Viper. So they took a Night Creeper and they redecorated it, and they added some really cool arm elements, gyre technology with them, and a lot of the gyre technology with the swords. And they reused um, the Suthalu head, which I'm kind of a little disappointed. We had other heads we could have gotten. Maybe we could have used that snake head that came with
Right.
Ghost Viper or something else other than the Suthalu head again, or
Yeah.
maybe a
Well,
wolf
I
head.
thought that head should have just stayed with Crystal Ball. It
Yeah,
was something unique to him. But that other head that comes with this figure, that's great looking. I can't wait to get this.
yeah, the Night Creeper head. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
be using the Night Creeper head over the Suthalu head. I
Oh,
just won't.
absolutely.
Yeah, so I didn't even use the Suthalu head for my crystal ball, so I'm not going to use it for this guy
Oh
because
yeah, I put it on other characters, like Joe characters that Crystal Ball's messing with. That's what I use it for. Or I
ah,
had it just crawling around because it sits on four tentacles. It crawls itself. So
yeah, it's its own little creature, kind of like a animal almost on its own. Um, let's see, Hinder Collector 41. Are you a new person in the chat? Yo, I can't wait to get them all. Bobby, hey, 610 saying hello.
yeah, I'll be right
This
back.
night, what was that? Oh. This Night Creeper reminds me of the Deke episode Night of the Creepers, where Destro reanimated the ancient army. Very interesting. I was not aware of that. I'm going to have to pass on this Night Creeper, but he looks very cool. Yeah, it's something different. It's another reuse character, and it's part of the Night Force Gyre technology theme from Walmart as an exclusive. So this is going to go on pre-order, I think, later in the month during the CollectorCon, Walmart's CollectorCon, Spring CollectorCon. I was kind of alluding to there would be something. I didn't know what it was going to be, and this is what it is. So I think it's the 24th, a 7, Sean Jones. Let's see. I just unboxed Ostriker with Crankcase. Oh, yeah? I'm going to be getting to that very shortly in my classified reviews. It'll probably be by the end of the week. I'll open up mine. So pay attention, Hinder Collector 41, for my classified review of the Ostriker later in the week, okay? Make sure if you're a new person in the chat, you like, share, hit the notification, help the algorithm, help this channel grow. We're on our way to 250, and so I'd appreciate it very much. Love the Dire Tech line. Yeah, I like it too. It's just I think some of the choices on how they're doing this are a little bit weird. Like, they could have did something if they wanted to do some reuse with this. They could have did the snake head or the wolf head. I think it would have almost been better with the wolf head than the Suthalu head. But I guess they
almost
wanted
make
to
a
get
whole new head.
more,
At this point.
something new and creepy. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Thank you. I subbed you a while ago. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right.
Yeah, you got Lego Star Wars Kid in here, and Hinder and Roland Max in here as well.
A lot of people are in the chat today. I can't really tell how many people is in the chat. Maybe you can tell. I'm not sure. But I like Night Creepers, I like ninjas, and I like gyre technology. So the fact that they added all those elements into one, it's a hit for me, and it's a must-have for at least 2 of them again, because I get 2 of everything.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be neat. I don't think we got a really good view of the deco on this, but hopefully
the arms look crazy. Like it's all snake skin almost. Like, makes me wonder if this one actually glows. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I like the fact, I'm not sure who it was. Somebody recommended that I put the Dire technology on a lamp, a light lamp, and it like shows them like glowing. So if you turn your normal lights off, you put a light underneath the Dire technology stuff, it glows like it's like mystic.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like a mystic type thing, which I love that. I'm going to get a little base, a light base for it. My crystal ball, and then probably all these guys and put them all on it just because I think it would look awesome. Let's see.
Oh, he said once a man, Cobra Commander wants a man arms. Like, kind of looks that way. I think you might be right on that one.
Could be, definitely. Hinder Collector 44 says he listens, but he's not a good typer, and he loves the show. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Lego Star Wars Kid, are those arms Cobra Commanders once a man? I don't know. We'll have to find out. That's a good question. I do not. I am not a good person to ask about the figure parts use. I'm terrible at that. Things that I think are usually wrong, and things that uh, I say are not are usually right. So I'm not the right person to do that. So there you go. But this is another winner, in my opinion, other than the Suthalu head. I could take that or leave that, but we'll find out later how we play around. The good thing about Classified is it's a modular line, and you can switch things all over the place and move things around. And I know some people don't like that, but I like that about Classified.
Right.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next one, and it's another new item that we've never seen before. I also have mentioned this in my leaked review episode in January, that we would be getting a dino handler with a dinosaur, and I for myself thought I was crazy for saying it, but I had to put the information out there because it was there, and I was like, well, we'll see what happens. And lo and behold, we have Dionysus with Dr. Rotclaw or Professor Rotclaw, which is phenomenal. What do you think about this, Shane?
Well, I love the zookeeper. We finally got somebody that's an actual just animal handler. But I don't need dinosaurs. Dinosaurs just remind me of what killed G.I. Joe the first time around. The whole Dino Hunter line. I mean, I contribute that to the death of G.I. Joe. So when I see a Velociraptor, like, this he's a walking dead man. That thing's gonna kill him.
Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. There's a couple of interesting stories I can tell about this Dino Hunter situation. First, I want to showcase the fact that there's your clue. There's your animal handling clue right there. We finally got it, and it has been revealed. That's your second clue. For you guys out there that wanted to figure out what that the harness is the harness for this dinosaur. So, and another story by Lenny, no, it's Jimmy, Vinny D'Aleva from the 90s. In that same interview, he said the fact that a lot of the brands doing all kinds of stuff like Jurassic Park and Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all these different things, they wanted to have something that represented everything that was at the toy stores at that point. And so KB asked for an exclusive. KB Toys in the early 90s asked for an exclusive. They're like, how do we get something that's we can compete with something that's at the toy aisles already? And so that's how they came up with the dinosaurs line.
I do like how the dinosaur's got a mask that goes over it. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, they didn't show it on the videos at Toyfair, but he did talk about that. One of the things that bothers me about this set is it's supposed to be a troop builder set, so they gave it a troop builder hat or helmet or extra head or whatever that is, but then they gave it an original guy body and head as well. I'm like, why do that? Why not do a troop builder, a dinosaur, and the guy? Why do one guy? That means you have to buy this twice just to use the other head.
Right. Yeah, I dig the figure. I really do. I think it's gonna be cool, but I don't know.
It's
I don't buy the dinosaurs. I'm actually looking for a couple. I have like the big brontosaurus or whatever, the really long one. I got that one, but
Let's see. So it says it's just a lone dino, Shane.
Yo,
LOL.
have you
Uh,
seen the meme that's out there? It's like, we'll put up with this, we'll put up with that, but once you put a dinosaur in it, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, exactly. I love dinosaurs. I think there's some interesting things about dinosaurs I'm going to get into in just a second. I'm going to go through these chat comments first. The name is horrific, but I'm digging the figure and pet. Yeah, there you go. That's positive. The name is SHIT. Grade 4 code name. Grade 4. Giant scorpion, ghost wolf, and now a raptor. Wow. Let's see. I mean, we got to throw a bone at those collectors that want something new. Well, there you go. See, I like that positive attitude.
Yeah, this
Um,
this pulls the Jurassic Park people right into it. And if you
right.
have dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park line, here you go.
And I can never remember the name of that Kickstarter thing. It was at Joe Fest last year. Remember that dinosaur Kickstarter booth
Yeah,
with all those beautiful
that
something
was
of the
amazing.
Mesozoic dinosaurs of the Mesozoic or something like that.
Yeah, I
They
remember that
were
now.
incredible, awesome stuff. All different times, futuristic with figures, past, you name it. And Kelly Mix bought all their inventory for Full Circle Toys. Have you ever been to
Oh
Full
wow.
Circle Toys? She bought all their inventory at the show and
Oh
has it
wow.
at her store.
No.
Man, chef's kiss. Fantastic dinosaurs. If I
Is
had the
that
space,
where is that store at?
Full Circle Toys is in Noonan, Georgia. It's about 6 hours away from us.
Oh,
Um, in
okay.
Georgia, but it's phenomenal. It's a fantastic toy store. Tons of GI Joe, all kinds of vintage toys, comics, video games, records, you name it. All kinds of vintage collectibles and stuff like that. But Full Circle Toys in Noonan, Georgia. But I would love to get all those dinosaurs. I would buy all that. If I had the space, I would definitely get all that stuff. I
Oh,
just don't have the space or the money um, to get it all.
the
It's too
two
much.
worst things in a collector: space and money. What's up,
Yep.
Paul?
Hey, Paul Morales, thanks for joining us. Good evening. Let's see what else we got. They're giving us most of the 82 to 87. We got to share. That's right. That's correct. That's a good point. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. We are very close. It's under, I would say, 12 figures or 12 characters, not figures, 12 characters from 87 to 82 that are left. There are
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of redecos, and most of those 12 or so characters are vehicle drivers and then
Right.
some redecos. So we're close. You were right about that. Good call out on that one. So we need some more late 80s stuff. We need some 90s stuff. We need some 2000s stuff. A lot more 2000s.
We need
So,
more stuff like this. The flat cannon. I don't want to show it because it looks like something, but we need
oh,
more
yeah.
stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
the whirlwind,
Yeah.
the smaller base components, like
Yep.
a watchtower. I'm not even looking for Checkpoint Charlie. I'm just looking for the watchtower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they said there was going to be more play sets coming, so I think we should get a couple things this year. Just a matter
Yeah.
of when. I honestly would love a year off so I can get to 100 Cobras blue shirts.
Oh,
Lego Star Wars. Wow. So both of us want this, I guess. Both of us are going to get it. There's a couple issues with it. That's the only problem, but
right.
it's out of this world. Like, wow. I can't believe
Yeah.
we got this
Out of
far.
all of them, this will probably be the lowest on the list for me, but still something I want. You know,
Yeah.
they haven't. Joe hasn't missed in a long time. They've had a couple that were lower than the rest, but that's just because the other ones were so good.
Last year was like the best year they have ever had. There was so many bangers and awesome figures and toys and items last year. It's just like, how can they compete? And I guess they're trying to compete with dinosaurs and Royal Guards and Don Moreno and Sunbow and Sundown or whatever his name is.
They're competing
So I
with them
don't know.
with
We'll have to.
themselves. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Joe is their own IP, So everything else that you see that's Joe is money coming into them.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing what Hasbro has done with GI Joe, and they still treat it like the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah. You're right. They do. You're right. You're right. You're 100% correct. All right, let's move on to our next one. And I think this is a legacy, I believe, character. And it is, yes, it is the infantry. And Lenny said in his interview that they wanted this to be a troop builder that people could do different things and make different characters with it. So they gave him the skull mask, which they said they have never done in their line yet, and they have not seen in other military lines up until this point. So this is the first time they're claiming, or Lenny's claiming, that was created. So I'm not sure about that. But
yeah, when I saw the skull mask, I was like, "Is that Joe?"
exactly.
I couldn't believe they let him get away with it, but
Yeah.
that just another reason the line's doing good because they're getting away with stuff like that. That wouldn't have flown 5 years ago.
Yeah, so I think these are really, really good. The modular ability to get multiples. And that's the thing with Legacy. Every single Legacy figure that I did reviews of, and I've done the fireman, I'm going to be doing the police officer very shortly, has been like a chef's kiss because of the modular ability, the ability to change them, do multiples of them, and do so much more world building, and not be part of GI Joe per se, to do other things other than GI Joe, and have these guys be like up against Marvel Legends, or have it be in like maybe Valaverse. I know that's a negative word, but there's people that do that, or Monster Force, or whatever else. So
Yep.
that's the cool thing about this stuff. Damn, you guys already talked about the swamp skier. I think it turned out pretty good. I'll get at least 4. Yeah, Lego Star Wars Kid. Definitely. Love this Legacy figure, but gonna have to get at least 2. Yep, definitely. I agree with you. The person I hold most guilty of treating G.I. Joe like the redheaded stepson is Alan Hassenfeld. I like he acquired Kenner, but he forgot what made Hasbro. Yeah, none of the Hassenfelds are with us anymore, but
yeah,
they kept it going.
Yeah, the people from Kenner were in one ear, and She Who Shall Not Be Named was in the other ear, and that was what happened.
Yeah,
just too many naysayers.
I love this comment because there are comics with Frank Castle in Vietnam, so this is a perfectly good comment, and I think that's a valid way to look at that. But from all the accessories that this thing came with, he's got a beret, he's got the extra heads, he's got extra guns, he's got extra gear, you name it. He's got it. They really decked this guy out with tons.
Be good, Frank.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll talk to you later. So this is
talking about them being from the Nam. I mean, that's where Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Stalker. That's all these guys. That's where they came from. That's what was fresh in Larry's mind. That's where Larry was from. So that's where the realism comes in, and by noticing, the Frank Castle and all that. I mean, that's just homage to where this stuff came from.
You're 100% correct on that. That's exactly right. And I can see a lot of people that are customizers are going to start making the LERP team with Wade Collins, Storm Shadow, Stalker, and Snake Eyes.
Well,
now using
Tony Figs did that, and if you want to see something amazing, go find his video on the LARP team. There's your chef's kiss. But you were talking about the police officer figure and all that. If you haven't seen Evil Dookie's videos with his police force, you're missing out. You got to check that out. That's some good stuff.
I have been watching Evil Dookie. He has some really cool customs and videos.
Oh yeah,
he does an excellent job. All right.
Absolutely.
So we're going to move on from, I'm not sure if this is the last one or if there's another one after that. I can't remember.
One way to find out.
Yep. We'll see what my video does. Nope. I guess that's it.
Looks like that's it. Right
that's
on.
The end. So we're going to go back to this.
That your first slideshow?
No, we've done 3 or 4 slideshows. I don't typically do it because I'm very slow at upgrading my channel and stuff because I don't want to mess it up. And there's been some glitches. Yeah, exactly. So the more I do something, the better I get at it. So that's how I am, and I'm very slow at it. But I have done a few. There were ones that I've did where I downloaded a video that already had everything, like a Hasbro Pulse video, and I just paused it. This is the first time where I created a slideshow and did it that way. So one of the slides I forgot to mention, and that was the Vermin 4-wheeler with the Snake Eyes and the Stealth Viper with the Trouble Bubble. Now, there's a little bit of information about these two that I think is worth mentioning that Lenny talked about. Okay, so the Snake Eyes was a package mistake on a package that was a deco that was on a package that was never intended to be that deco. And they pulled that deco and put it on this figure. And this is the first time that they're saying that this is a figure released based on that deco. A lot of people are saying this is the Resolute Snake Eyes, but Lenny specifically told several people in interviews it is not the Resolute Snake Eyes.
I think the reason they're saying that is because his goggles are green.
Yep, you're right.
And that's all it is. Because I saw that. They're like, oh, it's the Resolute one. And I was like, all right, stop. I went back and I stared at the picture for a good 10 minutes. And I was like, no, it's not Resolute Snake Eyes. But I can see where they're coming from, you know. But I watch Resolute at least twice a week still. So
I love Resolute. I don't know why we didn't get a series based off of that afterwards, a much more mature series. I think that was a big mistake on their part.
Well, I mean, if they'd have kept it going, we'd be out of Joes and Cobras the way they were killing them. And
you're right.
They had to lighten up on the killing just a little bit.
They only killed off a couple of the lame ones, like Major Blood and Bazooka. Clint Jurgensen, you are so smart. I need to really have Clint Jurgensen on one of these streams.
Clint's, he's one of the guys, man. Believe it.
Super
I got
Dave
to meet him at Joe last year.
Super Dave has all this in his mind. He doesn't need slides. I wish. I forget stuff all the time, and I have to rely on you guys. But then
all you gotta do is turn around. Turn around and look. It's all there.
I wish. And the gray as well. All right, so that's the interesting thing. So this is what I was saying about the ferret and the trouble ball. These are the 3rd times we've gotten these. I think we definitely needed a Joe ferret because it would be stupid not to have a Joe ferret. And I like the stealth trouble bubble and the fact that the stealth trouble bubble is a 788 item and it fits in with your 788 squad and the stealth viper. So now we have another figure and another vehicle for a 788 faction. So they keep building these factions slowly. We got another Bat, we got another Crimson Guard, we got another 788. So they're still building those things slowly, but they're doing it.
If you see a character from a different line and you're like, oh no, get them because they're going to eventually fill it out. Don't.
Oh yeah.
We're not knocking Bazooka. Storm Shadow knocked Bazooka.
He's a New Englander. He's a Patriots fan. I would never knock Bazooka. I just felt bad that they killed the poor guy off. And he had a bad day the other day with the Super Bowl. So, but I won't go there. I'm glad I didn't pay for the custom 78 Trouble Bubble on eBay. I need that for my 78 team. Yeah, I love the 788 Fire team. I think that was a big thing by the fans that missed out on that when that was up. The 3 packs and all that stuff was up, and they went to clearance. Big mistake by fan base that skipped out on that because it's a phenomenal set. And
that was one of the sets I hedged my bet on the clearance, and it didn't work out for me.
Sorry.
Well, that's what happens. That goes back to what we were saying earlier. If you see something and you like it, buy it. Don't just say, "Oh, it's going to be at Ross," because that's not how that works. I mean, you get lucky at Ross, you get lucky at Ollie's, but you can't say, "Oh, that figure's definitely going to be there," because then it won't be.
Yeah, so that's those are all the reveals from 2026 Toyfair. I want to say thank you to Preternia for a lot of those photos that I used in my slideshow. Thank you for Preternia there for letting me have the use of those files for this slideshow. We do have some news that I want to cover. Let's see. I was sad. You were sad. Why were you sad, Sean Jones? The 78 Viper is worth the set. Definitely worth the set. Definitely. 78 team was great. I think BBTS saved it from Ross and Ollie.
Absolutely.
That set is stupid money on eBay. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I think the BBTS still has that 78 team. Well, if you guys are in the chat, I highly recommend you go over to BBTS to get that because it's phenomenal. It's a perfect set. And if you want more stuff to go with it, we're getting a Stealth Trouble Bubble and or Stealth Viper and Trouble Bubble to go with it.
Trouble Bubble looks good with the black. It's blacked out. I mean, I dig it.
And has the red glass and all the red it's just perfect. I think 2 vehicles that were best to put together, and they obviously know what they're doing at Hasbro and Classified for the G.I. Joe team because it complements each other perfectly.
Yeah, we give them a hard time, but they have rooms full of people working on this stuff. It's not just Lenny sitting there like, what are we going to do next? There's 20, 30 people working on this stuff.
Yeah, they've got a lot of people on the teams. Yeah. So we have a couple of bits of news that came out today. One, the Hasbro team released file cards for all the recent unveiled figures and renders and characters and stuff through Toyfair and last week's reveals for G.I. Joe, a couple of weeks ago, G.I. Joe Day. So if you want to look at all those characters, I have some of them. I put them on my phone so I could read some of the names and stuff on there. If you guys are interested to hear some of the interesting things about some of these characters, I can bring them up for us. Let's see. There's it was BMAC that did this. Nope, that wasn't it. Where is it? Oh, that's not it. Technology.
So it's not the 5 language file cards that we've been getting. Is this an actual file card?
Yes. It's an actual file card. Well, not that you're gonna be able to get, because it's where did I don't know where I put it. Lost it. No, I lost the file cards. But they are available. The file cards are available on Hasbro's website. They released them earlier today, and they have Sundown, and it talks about his history. It talks about the Hydra Viper and it talks about Overkill and it talks about Don Moreno and Airtight and all those guys in their file cards. And they're pretty interesting. I wish they would use that QR code.
Yeah, I was just going to say they need to link it to the QR code.
Yes.
For real. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And now all it does is take you to like Hasbro Pulse Lite. Like, it's not even the whole Hasbro Pulse site.
Right, exactly. And I think it needs to. All those things, because there's all those tampos and all those like military insignias and different things that they have on the figures. And a lot of people are not familiar with a lot of this stuff. And I think that would be helpful. It would be an added plus to buying these figures, that you could go to that website and look at these things and have this information for your own files, and make it like a PDF or something that you could download or something. Give it as an added bonus, because McFarlane Toys is doing that. They're doing those digital downloads of artwork or whatever. I don't see why Hasbro can't do it. If McFarlane Toys can do it, Hasbro should be able to do it.
If McFarlane can give you a card in the pack, you can do a file card. There, 90% of the file cards are already written. They're done. Yep. And maybe you have to write a new one every once in a while. Give me a break. Yep. You know,
exactly. So that
nitpicking.
They came out, and I was happy they came out for people that want that type of thing. And I would like it where it was much more like where we can get it better, but that's just the way it goes. So the next bit of news was apparently Hasbro has shut down Atomic Arcade, their video game branch of Hasbro has been shut down, and the Snake Eyes video game that's been being worked on for the last 4 years or so. Brandon Juro, who was a writer at Devil's Due, and he's a big supporter of G.I. Joe and so on, he was working on that all these years. And so we don't know what's going to happen with the Snake Eyes game after this shutdown, but all the people that were working at Atomic Arcade are now out of work, and hopefully they will get some jobs and they'll be able to get work other places and things like that. I feel really bad for those folks.
A lot of these guys, they're kind of used to this stuff happening, so they move from job to job, but it sucks to hear anybody's out of work, especially in today's age. Like, if you don't have a job, it's rough out there. But on the bright side, at least this didn't happen 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah, it happened right after Toyfair.
Yeah.
That's awful. Yeah, it is very awful. I feel bad for them, and I hope they all are able to get off their feet and able to get back to doing what they love doing and stuff like that. And the Toy Book interview with Cox last week, when we got all the Royal Guard reveals and stuff, he talked about that the last quarter of last year they were up. The company was up 7%, and that the classified G.I. Joe brand has been a big part of their profits and them doing well in that quarter. And they are going to be leaning heavily into their action brands and their collector brands for this year to help the market grow again for this year. And they said there's a lot of positivity coming this year, but not with this Atomic Arcade news. That's not good. So it's kind of a double-edged sword on that. So
always.
Someone mentioned here that Hasbro got the license for Street Fighter. Yes, but they got it for the movie. The movie Street Fighter, not the master license. So I believe Jade is still working on it. Did you have something you needed to say, Same Time Toys?
Nope, you're good.
So Jada, I think, is still going to hold the license for it for vintage and video game stuff, and I think Hasbro will only be doing the new movie stuff, which should be pretty cool. And the funny thing about that is the fact that they're doing the video game stuff for Street Fighter is that we're going to get another Andrew Koji figure. From Hasbro, because he kind of get the shaft when Snake Eyes Origins didn't do that well, even though his Storm Shadow figure looks really good.
If they'd have called that movie anything other than Snake Eyes, it would have been a great movie.
Yeah, if it was just a G.I. Joe movie or something.
Just a movie. You didn't have just take the whole name and throw that away and call it something else, and it would have been great.
Um, I keep hitting the wrong comment. Are they going to make 3 3/4 Street Fighter figures? I don't know.
I
I've not
doubt it.
heard anything about it.
Nobody's the only 3 3/4 inch. Dude, you know that it's
Yeah.
Delta 17 and Reaction. That's
Yeah.
in all the Kickstarters.
And the thing about it is the reason why there's a rumor of Street Fighter being there at Delta 17 is because the Reaction Plus Super 7 figures, when they showed that Falcon that looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme from the 90s Street Fighter, people were like, oh, they're going to do Street Fighter, Street Fighter. That was not Jean-Claude Van Damme. That was Falcon, and it was part of an exclusive Walmart wave of Patriot figures for the 250th anniversary of America. So maybe that's where that rumor got started, but not to my knowledge. Both Shane and I are heavily, we have our ear to the grindstone, and we know what's going on out there, and there's no Street Fighter O-Ring or Reaction Plus to my knowledge.
Operation Recall. Good call, Delta 17. Good call.
They said vehicles too. Who said vehicles, and what vehicles are you referring to? 17. Good. I don't have to rebuy figures then. Yep, because they don't want to remake stuff that they already have in the market.
Oh man, just stick with the Jada Street Fighters. They're so good. I mean, there's no reason.
They're fantastic. I'm gonna probably do an episode of just Street Fighter. I've been doing like one on every like anniversary and big episode, but I need to get going because I've got my Akuma on the way. They shipped it to me last week, and it should be arriving tomorrow and the next day.
Oh wow!
So I'm about
awesome.
12 or 13 figures deep that I haven't opened up yet. So I may do a whole Street Fighter episode. I don't know. No one has announced it, but they will make them. Clint Jurgensen on what? What are you talking about, Clint Jurgensen? I think of Transformers 2007, one as a G.I. Joe movie. Say that again, Lego Star Wars kid. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. Operation Recall. Don't forget them. Yep, definitely them. They're awesome.
He says the Transformers 2007-ish movie. He thinks of that as a G.I. Joe movie because of the military aspect in it.
Oh yeah, there was strong rumors that was going to be with Josh Duhamel and all of them.
Yeah,
that was going to be a connection to G.I. Joe, and it didn't.
He would have made a great Duke.
Yeah, he would have been perfect. I think that was a missed opportunity.
Yep.
Let's see. Street Fighter. They said they're making vehicles too. Oh, for the Hasbro one, the Hasbro movie line. That's interesting. What that was. I'm surprised we didn't see that at Toyfair, and I'm surprised there wasn't more Mortal Kombat for the movie at Toyfair as well, because that's 2.5 months away. You would have thought there would have been more Mortal Kombat there, but there wasn't.
Yeah, I was expecting to see some kind of Highlander toy, but
yeah, there was no Highlander. You're right. Those Jada Street Fighter look great. Not my thing, but they look great. Oh my God, they are incredible. I love them.
The way they did Blanca's hair, Hasbro needs to steal that and use it on the classified line. The way his hair is done, how it's soft and flexible and moves.
Yeah, they have it perfect. They've got the perfect aesthetic, the perfect homages, the perfect style. When you can like put a figure like with their hands down and twist their legs up to do a move, and it balances, when you can't hardly get some of the classified figures to stand up by themselves, that says something about a line and the quality and the amount of effort they're putting into a line. When they could do things like that, and the hair on him is perfect. They said if interesting, but I love Jada's Street Fighters. I'm only going to go with up to Street Fighter 2. I'm not going to go to the other Street Fighter games, but I think they're fantastic. I don't buy all the redecos either, but I'm just getting the main characters.
The only redeco I want, the Player 2 figure, is Dalsim, because he comes with the red figure on fire.
Oh yeah, and he's like blue, right?
One of them's blue, but Dalsim is the one that's red.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're fantastic. So let's see. You guys have any questions or anything you would like to ask about all these Toyfair reveals or anything that we don't have revealed, we have another 20 minutes or so. We want to make sure our tag team partner has time to get in there with a punk with toys. It's coming up next at 9 o'clock. So if you guys
Yep.
have some questions and you want to talk about some stuff, now's the time to do. You got about you both Shane, same time toys and me here to talk to and ask questions. Couldn't ask for better experts. Widow's Peak, airtight, big win. Yes, legitimately, 100% on that. I agree with you. So now that we
have to use a Harry Osborn head.
funny. A lot of people were going to do that because there was a lot of memes about that because they weren't sure. No one believed people when they told them that it was going to have a helmet that was removable because it's hit or miss with removable helmets.
Yep.
Action Force coming and Call Sign Longbow coming. Yeah, you're right. All of those are coming. There's a lot of great O-ring lines out there. There's that Vietnam military line. There's, you name it. There's so many O-ring type lines out there. And there's more that are going to be kickstarted probably soon this year or maybe next year up as well. Operation Recall Wave 2 in May figures on sale. Yep, you're right about that as well. Carson did a fantastic job with those. Is it true that same time does cosplay Quick Kick? Do you do Quick Kick?
Slow kick, maybe.
Slow kick. Oh man, that's funny. Evil Dookie is pulling your or no, that was Clint Jorgensen pulling your leg.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
If they do a Thunder Machine HasLab, who do you think will come as the tiers other than Thrasher? This is an interesting point that you bring up because I've heard a rumor, and I can't say too much about this, but there's a $150 price point item coming this year, and I believe it's going to be the Thunder Machine with Thrasher and maybe the blue monkey wrench and a bunch of extra gear. This is only speculation. I know that there's a vehicle coming or an item for 150, but I don't know what it is. I'm speculating that it could be the Thunder Machine because it's been rumored for like 2.5 years. We're getting the Thunder Machine, and it makes sense.
150 is a good price point too for that thing.
Right, because I think making it not exactly like the vintage, adding more Mad Max stuff, adding more interchangeable elements, different weapon systems, different gear, throwing all kinds of different colors at it and stuff like that, and putting 2 drivers with it, I think that would push it to the 150 mark. That's speculation. I think it would be great, and I hope it's true. And it's not a HasLab. That's not a HasLab price point. And it's not an MTO price point. Well, actually, it is 150 to 200 MTO price point. So
yeah, you're thinking HasLab for the Thunder Machine. You got to add in like the Doom Cycle. You got to add like a Swamp Fire into it. You got to build that price to $350, $400. And a Thunder Machine's just, even with extra front ends and different, all the different things you can put on it, I just don't see it getting there. I mean, unless you add like 5 figures, even then, that's only, 5 figures now is almost $200, but
it end up being decos of Dreadnoks or something like that, which nobody really wants to get a HasLab with a paywall to get a vintage version of the Dreadnoks. So I don't see it. I think the MTO 150 is perfect if that's true. I hope it is. It is.
I'd like to see him make, even if you don't call him Road Pig, like a classified figure that looks like the original Road Pig.
Yeah. I'm sure we're going to see another Road Pig. I missed out on World War Hell. World War Hell, is that part of the Monster Force? I'm not sure who World War Hell is. G.I. Joe Delta 17.
That Marauder stuff?
Oh, it could be. You're right. That's Monster Force, isn't... oh, no. I'm not sure.
No, they had the booth right across from the Monster Force booth, that World War Hell.
Oh, you're right. You're right. At Joe Fest, you're right. Oh, shout out to 2026 Hydrofoil for HasLab this year. Make it happen, Hasbro. Yeah, it's it's
I,
almost 100% that we're going to get the hydrofoil. It's a Cobra year, and we got to go. We went to Arctic. We got to go to water next, and we'll probably do something desert down the
I,
line.
I hope they do, man. Because on Smoking Joe's, we showed some pictures of a 3D printed hydrofoil that is spot on. And if they can do it, Hasbro can only do it better.
And that's the thing. If you look at the ones that we've gotten, the HasLabs that we've gotten already, the Hiss Tank, the Dragonfly, the Rattler, the Snowcat, they've all been upgraded, not only with lights and technology, they made them more futuristic. They added a lot more little details and elements to make them like stand out and be the best versions of those vehicles that could ever possibly be done. So the hydrofoil, they've got to really that thing up. It's going to be big. I have faith that they can do it. I really do. Clint Jurgensen says, I was teasing you.
Right.
You said one more question, so you came up with that one. Hey, nothing wrong. I can talk about HasLabs all day long. Burning Kick. Hot Foot. They're pulling your leg and all these.
I'm grown. I can take it.
Oh yeah, see, Dookie, there's your Thunder Machine. Don't take HasLab spot. There you go. Don't take a HasLab spot. Dreadnought prospects would be great troop builders.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I'm surprised. I'm glad they gave the Chameleon to Sonya, but I was shocked they didn't make a troop builder Dreadnought.
Lego Star Wars Kid says 150 sounds perfect for the Thunder Machine. Great eye there, Super Dave. Like I said, I just know there's a price point, and I know that we've been talking about this Thunder Machine for like 2.5 years. So if it's going to come, that seems like the spot right there. I know there's another $100 vehicle coming this year as well. I'm giving away too much. I don't.
Dave's got his ear to the ground. He's like that old Indian man. He knows what's happening.
I don't either.
Stop. Yeah. Let's let everybody get ready for Punk with Toys. You're telling too much stuff.
Okay. I don't either.
Tell me about it when we end it.
I don't either. I thought for sure we would have had it last year to complement the Ostriker. Yeah, that's a good point. I thought so too. Hey, Evil Dookie. Everybody's saying hello. World War Hell is Grindhouse Toys. Okay. I think you said that. Shane said that.
That question in particular is because the HasLab Sky Striker did so poorly.
Yeah, it didn't do the numbers it wanted. It didn't meet all the tier unlocks. And it's weird. They're still making O-rings. Hasbro is. It's just far and few between with the collabs and specialty items like they did with the Skybound Jet Fire Fire with Celia and Jarek. And so they're still doing it. It's just far and few between. And they complement what Super 7's doing with Reaction Plus. So stick with that. That's like printing gold. Yeah. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. Great show, Super Dave. Later, guys, got to go. Thank you, Lego Star Wars Kid. Appreciate it. I hope you guys all
hit that bell notification.
Yeah, make sure you hit the notifications. Do all that stuff that you guys need to do to help this channel grow and help the algorithm. We're going to get a place at maybe the Dreadnought's log cabin. You think they're going to do the log cabin? I think if they do the log cabin, it needs to be like a rotating thing where it's a gas station on one side and the log cabin on the other side.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Great show, fellas. Thank you, 610 Yojo Daddy. I appreciate you guys watching my deep dive into Toyfair 2026. And I want to say I really, really appreciate Shane, Same Time Toys, joining me. I want to get more guys in the community on with me to talk about this stuff because it's fun, it's exciting, it's awesome to talk about G.I. Joe and to speculate and get deep into this stuff and talk about all the interesting, intriguing little nooks and crannies of this brand that's going on 63 years now, Yeah, going on 63 years. So there's a lot to talk about. I hope you had a good time.
I had a blast. I thoroughly enjoy it when I don't have to come up with 400 slides for a slideshow.
Oh man. It's not easy doing that stuff, but I can do it. It just takes a little bit of work. Thanks for the Sunday entertainment, boys.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's Monday. Sean Jones, Monday. Hasbro made 18,000 because they just waited a year, so they robbed us of our ketchup and mustard figures.
It happens.
Yeah. Can't wait for the Senflow Joe show in a couple months. That's a good segue, Wolverine. We can end this with that. Hasbro's Skystriker is not all the same. Yeah. All right. So since Wolverine mentioned this, we have, if that without the glare, the Senflow Joe show. That is going to be in Deltona, Florida, in April on the 19th, the center at Deltona in Central Florida. And our primary guest is Mark Pennington, designer, comic book artist, fantastic G.I. Joe creator in his own right, came after Ron Rudat, 87 to 89. And then we're going to have Adam Riches. We're going to have, who's a comic book artist, package designer. We're going to have Matt LaCroix, another toy designer, Strike Force Alpha. And there will be an exclusive figure, O-ring style figure released at the Senflow Joe show for all attendees that want to purchase that. You will be able to purchase that. And it is, I can tell you who it is. I'll give you a sneak peek. It's a martial arts character from the 70s. See if you can figure out who it is.
Good enough. Kiss my Converse, Dave.
Oh, man, funny. And then
I cannot wait.
It's going to be awesome. I really look forward to having everybody join us. We're going to also have Rising Sun Comics with Hawk Saunders. We're going to have After Action Report with Roger Taft. We're going to have Jason Mark Sobel, comic book artist, cover artist as well. And we're going to have the Finest Costuming organization will also be there. So if you want, bring your G.I. Joe costumes. Come in and enjoy yourselves. Have a good time. It'll be a huge community event for everybody involved. Tons of vintage toys from all vintage eras, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mask, Thundercats, you name it, we'll have it there. And I'll be there, and I'll have my own booth. So if you're looking for some classified figures that you haven't been able to find from the, I would say from the first classified to about the 80th, I have some duplicates that you can buy at a very reasonable price. Not gouging anybody, very reasonable prices. So there you go. I look forward to having everybody come. It's our first show, so we want to make it the best show we can possibly do. And then we can do another one next year and grow it. And the future of G.I. Joe in Central Florida is going to be bright. And then if you can't make it to our show and you're in the southern Alabama, southern Georgia, or central Florida, or anywhere in Florida, you can always go to Joe Fest at the end of June on the 28th of June, 26th through the 28th of June in Augusta, Georgia. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on there as well. So I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for joining me. And thank you, Same Time Toys, for joining me. This has been so exciting, so much fun. I love talking about G.I. Joe, and I could do it all day long. So
absolutely.
We like to say on these videos, before we go, Yo, Joe! See you guys next time. Thanks a lot.
Cobra, la 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 la.